Hello everyone, and welcome to the penultimate episode of my Fallout Raiders of New York series. Today is both another faction video, and talking about a new mechanic for the Fallout franchise, which I'd want to have included in my ideal Fallout game. But to start off, I must first disclose my obsession with mercenaries. I love them. Take a look at the character builds on my channel, and you'll see just how many of them are mercenaries. It's just such a solid archetype to build a character around. There's plenty of personal customization choices which you can make, but while also having a solid foundation to work within thanks to the whole fight for money baseline. Because I love mercs so much, when it came to writing my own Fallout game, I just had to make sure they had a special place within it. And this is where Bad Company comes in. Not only the name of my channel's community, but now also the name of the new mercenary faction I'm adding into my Fallout game. The concept of mercenaries isn't entirely foreign to Bethesda games, with Skyrim having some mercenary followers who you can hire for 500 gold, but they're all independent entities. For the world of Fallout, I want something a bit more organised, like the Gunners or Talon Company, but with more interaction with the player than just being enemies to shoot at. In order to make them a faction to actually care about, we're going to need to go over some of the important characters within the organisation. First up is Jones. He's your standard military-minded dude. Having rolled with several groups throughout the Wasteland, Jones is a real veteran of Wasteland combat. With his extensive experience, he now serves as weapon expert for the company. If you're looking to buy some firearms or get your training in, then this is the guy you go to. If melee is more your thing, then instead you'll be wanting to meet up with Jesse. He's the guy who would politely be referred to as the close quarters specialist, but who more accurately could be described as a lunatic who likes punching and exploding things. He'll sell you all the weapons that Jones won't, and even give you a few tips on unconventional fighting styles. With the two combat specialists covered, let's go over a couple of characters with more depth. First of these is Jessica. Rather unique for a member of a mercenary faction, as she's a pacifist. Jessica's an idealist at heart, but with a realist's mind. She truly believes that the only way the world will heal from the conflicts of the past is for violence as a whole to stop. If everyone was willing to just put down their weapons and work together, then things could only get better. At least, that's the ideal. Jess knows that the world she lives in isn't yet at a stage where this is possible. While she personally refuses to engage in violence, she understands that others will just keep on killing each other, so may as well make a profit from those idiots. And so she ended up working for the Bad Company mercenary outfit, not as a fighter herself, but instead organising the contracts, bartering with clients, and pretty much just sorting out the more boring elements that the violence-loving mercs can't be bothered with. She makes good money for this, not earning as large a cut as those doing the fighting, but having a much reduced chance of dying on the job, making the caps pile up over time. The boss who pays her to do this job is me, Sarge. Yeah, that's right, I put myself in my own Fallout game. Of course I did. This entire faction is named after the channel, and I'd want to name the hireable mercenaries after longtime viewers and patrons, so obviously I'm going to throw myself in the lead role. If you're wondering what I'm like, just watch my content and make up your mind yourself. It's literally me, but in the game I'm running a mercenary outfit. Those are the only changes. What I can explain to you though is how you join or destroy the faction. Destroying it is really simple. Just kill all the key members I talked about and the faction will be disbanded. As for joining the faction, find the headquarters and speak to Jess. Ask for a job and convince her you're worth putting through the trials, and you'll be run through an obstacle course, similar to the start of a Nuka World DLC, but slightly less murdery. Get a passable score on this, and you'll start out as a contractor for the faction. Pick up contracts from the bounty board and start working on your reputation within them. As you go from an unknown adventurer to a legendary merc, you'll step up from a contractor to a key member of a faction, if you choose to accept this. As a main member of the group, you'll get to decide how to expand, keeping things easy by claiming some undefended territories to get outposts, or going on the aggressive and taking out any competition, be it through confederation or destruction. Eventually you'll hit upon the same problem as every other faction. You're not top dog in the wastes. So head over to Liberty Island, kill the hefty raider gang there, and take the island as your new HQ. That's just how things go if you want to side with them as your primary faction. What really sets Bad Company apart from the other joinable factions is that you can choose to hire them instead of siding with them. They're mercenaries after all. If you have the caps, then they'll do almost anything you want them to. If you've got a relatively small number of caps, then you can just hire a solo merc to follow you around, similar to a follower but not really caring about what you do, as long as they don't get killed. If you do get them killed, oh well, that's kind of what you paid for. But if they survive and you bring them back to base, then you'll get 10% of what you spent to hire them back. Sometimes just one extra gun on your side isn't enough, so you can also hire a squad for a limited time. This is a group of 4 mercenaries with a variety of skills, who once paid for, will quest with you and decimate any hostiles coming your way. The squad are on a timer, so make sure to make the best use of them ASAP, or else they'll ask for more cash to keep fighting for you. The final option you have when it comes to hiring mercenaries is to select a target for the group as a whole to assault. Load up the map, select the area to be assaulted, and then you'll be told how much it will cost for them to clear out the area of all hostiles for you. The more dangerous the group thinks it will be, the more it's going to cost. Pricing will also vary depending on which mercenary group you hire. That's right, it's not just Bad Company. While this is the faction you can fully join and integrate yourself into, I'd also want to bring back a couple of factions from previous Bethesda games, namely Talon Company and the Gunners, to serve as small mercenary factions which you can hire and serve as competition for Bad Company. Each group will offer different prices, and a little bit of differing equipment, to give some more choice to the player. Speaking of the equipment, let's go over a couple of pieces you will be able to obtain from some of the mercenary factions. First up is the Black Talon Armour. This chest piece not only makes you look stylish as all hell, but the cost of hiring mercenaries goes down by 25%. To get this set you will have to eliminate Talon Company, so better hope the other 2 groups are still alive, or else you'll have nobody to hire. Next up is Yongheng. This unique Chinese assault rifle has infinite ammo, meaning you never need to reload or even let go of the trigger. Getting this gun would require you to max out your standing within Bad Company before I'd give it to you for just being so damn cool. Alright, you know what? I think that's covered everything truly important. The next episode will cover the faction who has been inhabiting Liberty Island, and who every joinable faction up until now has been trying to usurp. For now though, thanks for watching. Sarge out.